This young driver made his mark on the sport in the mid-90s and would become arguably the most recognised name rallying has ever known, Colin McRae. McRae was the man who drove the sport into its most successful period to date. Quite simply, one of the most spectacular drivers to appear in the WRC.
The bloke could just walk on water at times.
He was a very flamboyant driver.
Just the passion and his commitment to driving. There was no holes barred.
Fabulously natural driving and crazy style.
Colin could make a car do things that other people couldn't.
One of the biggest surprises with McRae is the fact that he was only crowned world champion once. That was in 1995, driving for Subaru.
Derek Ringer's spotted it.
In 97, he lost out by a single championship point, and then in 2001, he lost by 2 points after this huge roll at the final round in Wales. It was perhaps his on-the-edge style that prevented him claiming more titles.
He was just a bit too flamboyant and wasn't happy to play safe. Colin liked to win rallies. Yeah, I think you've got a choice, actually. Do you want to win rallies or do you want to win championships? The two things are, to some degree, mutually exclusive.
He was never the most consistent driver. He was absolutely balls out, blind fast, or crashing, as you say. I think, yes, certainly cost him one world championship, possibly two.
I suppose he acquired a tag for putting the car off the road rather more than the others of his era, and consequently that was part of the myth that grew up with him, that it was win or crash.
I think the one that really sticks in my mind is Cyprus, when he was comfortably in the lead and then he rolled the car, got going again, and he was comfortably in second. And you think, well, okay, that's great, good points on the board for him and for the... and then, lo and behold, again, he goes and rolls again, so it drops down to like 6th or 7th overall.
You can't take that away from drivers. If they've got that in them, the worst thing you could probably do, I'd say, is take that away from them. Because there will come a day when they've got to start a stage and win it by 1/10 to win a rally or a championship. And that's what you've got to have inside them.
The nickname coined in his early years, Colin McRae, may be harsh, but it refers to a strength as much as a weakness, because it's his flamboyant style, after all, for which he'll be fondly remembered. That extravagant, spectacular style which has inspired a generation.
For me, in a way, the crashing kind of added to it all. It made him the figure that he is. And you never knew what was coming next from Colin. It was going to be an enormous accident or a mighty win.
He's certainly one of the most spectacular. You know, he certainly is one of the biggest triers. He's always the highest on every jump and the furthest on every jump. You can always guarantee he'd be the most sideways, and he used to set the spectators alight whenever he passed in the stage.
If you wanted to see some action, Colin was the boy. And even as he matured and started to win events, his flamboyant style stuck with him.
I think if we take a combination who was the most famous, the most popular, and certainly one of the fastest and the most successful, it has to be Colin McRae. And I think that's why Colin is really just that little bit more special than most.
Okay. Did you like that, jumpy man? How are you on those jumps?